And why are we?
What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
James Shu, how are you?
.com, and today it is going to be an extremely slow movie-going weekend, but we are here no less to see Tommy Lee Jones, in my opinion, Harrison Ford, Grumpy Gramp Part 2. He always seems Grumpy Gramps. Tommy Lee Jones. And we have Miss Hilary Swank,
yes,
the beautiful,
yes,
the artistic,
who I fell in love with very, very young. Boys Don't Cry, $1 Million Baby. I mean, she's done so much good.
$1 Million Baby was amazing.
It was amazing. But you know what? The first movie I fell in love with her in, I was a kid watching this movie. It was the next Karate Kid, the fourth installment in the Karate Kid. You know, totally. But I mean, she's an incredible actress. 2 awards for Boys Don't Cry and $1 Million Baby. Tom Lee Jones, who is a veteran actor, who's really kind of started directing. And he directed this picture. He has done 4 pictures, 3 of which are westerns. He's also doing a 5th project, which is a remake of the 1972 film The Cowboys, also the same name. So he loves westerns. So I'm very interested to see this movie. It is a slow week, like you said. We've had these amazing blockbusters, but now we are in award season. It is December. We are getting to the end, and we're going to be watching so many movies. We're gonna lose it. But this week is kind of the last week of relaxing because the next couple weeks are going to be insanely busy. And
we haven't even said the title of the movie yet.
The Homesman.
By the way, what am I expecting? No, we didn't. And what am I expecting?
What are you expecting?
Not excited. We had like a 2.5-hour conversation a few weeks ago about superhero movies and how westerns was what it was now.
Yeah.
And I am on the latter side where I don't like westerns. They don't get me excited in any way, shape, or form. I think the only reason I like Django Unchained was because of Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio. So I'm not a fan of westerns, and yeah, man.
Well, me being a huge movie fanatic, obviously, I've gone back and I've watched. I mean, the westerns in their prime, were incredible films. John Wayne, Clint Eastwood films. There was some really amazing stuff. Even my favorite western is probably Stagecoach, which is one of John Wayne's earliest pictures. A John Ford film. Incredible movie. I really do love the genre, though it is definitely weakening out in most recent years. We had Django Unchained. We have had a few westerns every once in a while. And it tends
A Million
to be,
Ways to Die in the West.
Well,
best picture of the year.
We don't count that. But usually they are mostly for an award. Kind of an award-based movie. Like I said, Tom Lee Jones has been making westerns. Like he's kind of dedicated his career to it. So this movie, I haven't watched anything really. I think I'm with the world, and I think the only reason why this movie is not going to make a lot of money is because not many people have heard of this movie, let alone seen anything for it. But the movie, you could just, how it's set up and how it was kind of, talked about through, our press and something that we definitely know that this is a movie that wants to be nominated for some things. So hopefully it is of that caliber.
We've had an amazing year so far. And
I mean, it started off real bumpy. In January, February, I was like, oh no. But I mean, it has been nonstop amazing. Nonstop.
And why not let it continue with?
Let's do it, The Homesman.
The Homesman. We'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so we just got out of
The Homesman. I'll
go first in the tradition of ChasingCinema.com. Man, this movie,
James's review.
The whole time I'm watching this film, I'm thinking, it's just, what's the best word I can think of? I would say glib. I mean, the soundtrack did nothing for me. The only thing I loved about the only thing good about this movie for me was Hilary Swank. She did her thing, but yeah, there are scenes in this movie that, the way women are treated, and I don't know, man. It was a miss for me. Talk to me, dude. I don't know how to talk.
Well, you're unfortunately, like we've talked about many times on this video, on the podcast, we in Vegas tend to be very last on a lot of lists, especially to get movies. And this movie has been around and out in other places, so we're kind of getting it late. And a lot of people's criticisms, how it's been treating women, how it portrays women. But yeah, this is probably one of the most challenging movies of the year. As you always say, it's the only movie I'll only watch once because of how, really affecting and depressing it is. I mean, if you are someone that is disturbed easily, this might not be the movie for you because, no, in all seriousness, I mean, there's some really traumatic stuff that you will watch. However, I could watch these things more than once, even the glib as it is. I did enjoy the movie. I think Tom Lee Jones has really done a great job in modernizing the Western, and though obviously it's still in the West and you're in times, he's done a really great job and developed the style. However, his acting to me in this movie was really weird because he's the director of this movie. He should know how every character should act. However, Tom Lee Jones, in times of this movie where we have, these tragedies happening to these women, acting like he's in a comedy. And I understand that we need comedy relief sometimes to leave this tension because, I mean, it gets, like you said, really glib in this movie. Tommy Jones acts a little bit cartoonish, and it doesn't always necessarily fit. However, I thought the movie had a very beautiful style. I did enjoy. Hilary Swank was incredible. Her character does take a turn in the movie that no one sees coming, and after that moment, the movie kind of a little bit lost, kind of like Tommy Jones's character. Overall, I thought it was a good movie. I don't think many people are going to go see it, unfortunately, but if you are into westerns, if you are a fan of Hilary Swank, I would still recommend it. If you can face some really challenging stuff, I'd recommend you read about it so you know what you're getting yourself into.
It's giving you nightmares.
Yeah. So,
certain people give them nightmares.
I honestly believe some people won't be able to watch this.
Yes.
Because of how intense it is.
Tommy Lee Jones needs to take a page out of Ben Affleck's book, and this is how you direct, this is how you act, just saying.
I mean, at times he's really great. There's a moment, like I said, there's a moment
Grumpy Gramps.
where Hilary Swank takes a turn, and Tommy Lee Jones' reaction to that is one of the best moments I've seen Tommy Jones perform in a very long time, but it's only that short amount of moment. And then there's these really moments where there's like a slapstick fight that just kind of seems a little funny. It just doesn't all add together. It's better in parts than it is as a whole. As I said earlier, I think this movie is one that they want to be nominated for stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think it's up to the caliber of the amazing, amazing films that we've been watching and are going to be nominated, let alone the ones that are still coming out. Next week is not an incredible week.
Before that, if you want to see the full-on review, chasingcinema.com/
The Homesman.
and then you can actually understand everything that Mr. Toronto's talking about in full detail. Just saying, by the way, FYI, just so you know, moving forward 7 days from today.
Yeah, 7 days from today, we have Exodus, Gods and Kings, Christian Bale. Yeah, and the story of Moses. And then we also have, what else is coming out on the 12th? The Wild, which is Reese Witherspoon's film.
Reese.
Yes.
Gone Girl
no,
producer.
I'm sorry. Wild is on the 19th. Next week is Exodus and Top 5, which is Chris Rock's film,
yes.
which is 90% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. People are loving this movie.
It looks funny.
It looks funny. From what I hear, Chris Rock has been very quiet last couple years, and he has something to say and needs to be heard. Like I said, 91%, which is, you know, a lot of people kind of chuckle at that movie, but I'm really excited to see that movie.
Yes, Top 5 looks good. And
Top 5 and Exodus.
If it wasn't for Christian Bale, because I'm not the guy that cares, you know, because they're not supposed to be white people. That's politically correct, right?
What?
For me to say it. Yeah, I think it is. I'm sorry if I'm
say
saying
what you're gonna say.
It's not supposed to be white people. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
There's been a lot of criticism because
there's
a movie that takes place in Egypt, and and a lot of them are all white males.
Yes.
Yes, that's a
and
major
Sigourney
criticism.
Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver, yes.
Yeah. So there's all the. I could care less about that personally.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, potentially Deadshot, Will Smith, black to white, or white to black. Don't care. But
Annie, which is a big controversial movie because
was a white girl, now
she's a black girl.
So I could care less about that stuff. Just give me
adaptations are adaptations. You know, if you're gonna tell a story, you have to use your imagination.
But I have no interest in that movie. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's and Ridley Scott. It seems like it hasn't been hidden. Like Prometheus was the last one that came out. I was jacked for that.
Well, I know this is the movie that he dedicated to his brother.
Which one? Exodus.
Yes.
Okay.
And I know that, I mean, Christian Bale, I think Christian Bale is one of the best actors working today. So I don't know though, but however, the rest of the cast, I'm not really sure.
Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, The Homesman, next week, Exodus, Gods and Kings, and Top 5. But let's get to what you really want us to talk about. James Shu, what did you think about the awakening of the Force?
Wow. Hey, see, that gives you such a good idea, because at the time of this recording, you know, Star Wars, it just came, that trailer dropped,
recent, yes.
You know, 72 hours and 40 million views, and it was it's what a teaser trailer's supposed to be.
Yes.
It was just hyped. You know, it was just awesome, and I loved the Millennium Falcon, the way they did the shot where the camera's like behind it, and it's like can't even catch up with it, and then at one point it was awesome. And then I don't even know what everyone's all complaining about, the lightsaber and the that's not practical. It's fake already. Number one, it's fake.
If you go on Chasing Cinema's Facebook, facebook.com/ChasingCinema, there was a big, when we posted the trailer, that was one of the biggest things people were talking about. What about the saber? These people said it was great, these people said it was stupid. I mean, that's how I felt. I was like, why is that the concentration of everything? To me, I think it looked kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, I have heard from some people that you know that saber was in the novels, because there are so many books. So I mean, I don't know. I've never read any Star Wars novels, but that to me is the least thing I'm worrying about right now. You know, the best thing about that trailer is that Jar Jar Binks wasn't in it.
Did you see the trailer where it said if George Lucas' special edition?
I did not see it, but I did see that.
So funny. There's this part of scene where they added a CG, Hayden Christensen. Oh, it's so good, and it's just all this unnecessary CG out of nowhere.
Misa back.
I love it. Jar Jar.
Yeah. There's also, and ironically enough, what we've been talking about, there's also been a lot of controversy in the fact that the stormtrooper that we see, which the film is going to pretty much base around, is black. And
who cares?
To me, that was the most random thing that people. I was just like, why is that a problem?
Did you see all the racist comments on?
There's been a lot. There's a major controversy, and I loved how the actor, how he
John Boyega.
He simply just said, "Deal with it."
Yeah. No, but it's annoying because, gosh, it's like 2000. Stephen Hawking's Theory of Everything. How many stars did we get?
I give that 4 out of 4 stars.
4 out of 4 stars. Theory of Everything. Okay, but that's a movie about Stephen Hawking. But the real Stephen Hawking said, if we can't get along, we're literally, and it's just like Interstellar. How many stars did Interstellar get?
3 stars.
Interstellar. Just saying. Okay, so I'm using all these things. Okay, so Stephen Hawking said, and this Interstellar shows that like, if we can't get along, we are going to kill ourselves because we can't. We're not going to survive on Earth forever. Obviously, you and I, yes, because it's not going to happen for a very long. His kids of kids of kids of kids of kids, yes. But my point is, Stephen Hawking's talked about it, Interstellar talks about it, and gosh, just like this trailer drops, and you saw us people talking about, okay, he's black, yes. What does that matter?
It's well, you know, and not to get political, because we here at Chasing Cinema are not political people. We just kind of talk. We just call it as we see it. We do this off the top of our heads.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not trying to get political, but we are. It obviously seems like we are in a time where people are on edge, and all these things are coming up to about race. And I feel like a lot of movies this year are arguing that and trying to tell people, remember, like, we're just supposed to live on this earth together and love each other. And a lot of movies are, you know, making that their themes and talking about it. So, but to me, I honestly do not comprehend. I cannot understand people being mad at, you know, that the fact there's a black stormtrooper or they meet Annie Black. You know, these films are adaptations, and no matter how much you love something, you know, you can't be ejected to change, especially when it's a work of art. Let another artist tell their story. The story that you've fallen in love with has been told. Let someone else tell their version. Yeah, that has never been an issue with me. You know, Fantastic Four, Michael B. Jordan had a lot of criticism because he was going to be playing the Human Torch, and he was black.
Since I have a problem with that. For this though, if Michael B. Jordan, if you're gonna make him black, I love it. Why? Because he's an awesome actor.
Yes.
But don't make Kate Mara. Why do we have to make him adopted? Okay. Why can't it just be still a sister? It's still Sue Storm, but she can be black. Why do you have to make him adopted? Why do we have to change that part? Not the color part. If we're going to, why do they have to be adopted? They've always been brother sister.
That's true, but why? But does him being adopted or not being adopted really change the story?
No, it doesn't.
That's just my argument to that.
It's just based on these characters that. The only reason why they're making Fantastic Four is because there's already a built-in audience.
Yes.
People like, that's why they're making these superhero movies.
Yes.
Hundreds of years of history. That's why they're making them. It's like, and yeah, it doesn't even matter what I'm saying. I'm just saying that keep it.
No, but you are not alone. There are a lot of people who want things to stay as they grew up watching them and stay true to story and things like that. But you know, at the end of the day, if they're changing, you know, major things in a story, or they're doing things that really alter things, I can understand a little bit of frustration. But something like that, I really don't think will in the end affect the story. Yeah. So I think that's where my, you know,
but that movie's not looking good, or it's not sounding good.
You know, it was actually funny. The day of Thanksgiving, I woke up fairly early and I watched Fantastic Four, the very first film. And man, I actually
enjoy that.
Well, speak for yourself.
Maybe I wouldn't now.
Yeah.
But I actually
go back and rewatch it, because trust me.
Is it bad?
It's bad because I mean,
has Tim Story ever come out with another movie?
Let me put it this way. The best way to explain it is, I highly doubt that whatever comes out of this new Fantastic Four film will be better than that.
Yeah. I love Jay Alba.
Jay Alba, I mean, but just the acting is bad. I mean, just that movie. And you know what?
I was Captain America.
I mean, but again, there's so much going on. Today we have the release of Terminator Genesis.
Oh, underwhelmed.
Which I was not very impressed with. But it is trailer city, and again, you know, a lot of people are getting excited for things. We talked about Jurassic World already.
I liked it. He was subpar.
But Star Wars, I mean, I think every fan, you know, is really, really excited to see the post Lucas era. You know, though me and you disagree because you know you've never really seen the original 3. You only really touched on the first 3. I'm really interested to see where it goes because a lot of fans would agree that the new trilogy isn't as good as it should have been or up to par as the old one. So I'm really excited to see where this new film goes. I think it's going to have a fresh start, and I think to start off angry because of a race or the fact how a lightsaber looks, or that there's a rolling droid. I think that there's already
like that matters.
The rolling droid thing. I mean, that was honestly at least 10 comments we got where the stupid rolling droid like that. To me, that's not even what I'm thinking
it's
about.
Weird because like all these people that are using these comments are supposedly the biggest Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
You should just be happy Disney bought it, so now you get one every year basically till people don't care about Star Wars,
the
which will be never.
possibilities are endless, and spin-offs and animation. You know what they'll be able to do, like Big Hero 6. When they make a Star Wars spin-off and animated like that, like a Big Hero 6, it's going to be amazing because then the possibilities are really going to be super endless. But overall, I mean, I think everyone's just really tense and waiting for this movie. And no worries, we only have 365 days and some for it.
A little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year.
Little over 1 year.
But I just wanted to talk about. We haven't talked about that.
I want to see a Batman v Superman trailer on Star Wars, and then whoosh.
I'm really excited to see because I mean these people are like on edge to see something from that movie. I mean they're trying to leak everything they can.
I think it looks phenomenal.
Batman vs Superman?
No,
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I think it looks phenomenal.
I think Star Wars. It's one of those things where it's so early to tell. I can't be shooting out criticisms. I mean, what they showed us literally was one man with a lightsaber, a rolling droid. I mean, they don't give you much to look at, but I mean, to me, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm ready for a year from now.
And we'll still be here doing this. What we do.
Yep, we'll be talking about it. So
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go watch the trailer if you have not seen it. You don't really need to see the Terminator trailer unless you're a really big fan. But even then,
we'll still watch to see at least know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Well, you can, or you could wait and just see what happens.
This is true too. Hey, real quick on a serious note, chasecinema.com. In the description, links below. Like and follow this guy. That way you don't have to hear just us talking on this video. You can hear what comes out of this brilliant artiste mind that we have. Jake Toronto, Chasing Cinema. Like and follow Facebook, Twitter. Go to Chasing Cinema and not just see what we just did today, which was Tommy Lee Jones's
Homesman.
But you can see everything we've done this year and years before that because this is what we do and it's fun and it's awesomeness. And
next week
we'll be back.